Namaste Gurukulians, this is Rajni Arora, TGT SST. Today we are going to start the chapter Air. This is our fourth chapter of 7th class geography. We have done with the 3 chapters. In the first chapter of geography, the name of the chapter was environment. In the first chapter of geography, we discussed about the 3 sphere. First one was lithosphere, second atmosphere, third hydrosphere. Okay, lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere, where all the 3 sphere meets, that is called biosphere. Okay, this was all about the chapter first. We discussed about all 3 sphere there. In the second chapter, inside the earth, we discussed about the lithosphere as well as the interior of the earth. In the third chapter, changing earth, we discussed about the endogenic and exogenic forces. Okay. So these endogenic and exogenic forces are also related to lithosphere. So what we are observing here, in the three chapters we discussed only about the lithosphere. Now in this chapter Air, we will move toward our second sphere, that is called atmosphere. Okay, so we can say our earth is surrounded with air. Okay, or there are some layers around our earth. Okay, you can see this is our earth and there are some layers around our earth. These layers are called blanket of air. I am writing here. These layers are called blanket of air. Okay, and this blanket of air is called atmosphere. This blanket of air is called atmosphere. So we can say air has covered our earth on height. Okay, so now we will see the advantages and disadvantages of atmosphere. Okay, first advantages is it is useful for the survival of human being. Okay, the first advantage of atmosphere is it is useful for the survival of human being as well as it is useful for the sustainable of the earth also. If this atmosphere will not be there, then our earth cannot be sustained. Okay, second we can say it protect our earth from the harmful effect of sun rays. I am writing here, it protects our earth from the harmful effects of the sun's rays. How it protect our earth from the harmful effect of sun rays? Because there are some layers in our atmosphere which saves the ultraviolet rays of the sun. That ultraviolet rays, if directly come on earth, it will harm all human beings as well as animals also. So it protects our earth from the harmful effect of sun's rays, we can say. Or we can say without this blanket of protection, I am writing here, without this blanket of protection, we would be baked alive from the heat of sun and during day and get frozen during night. Okay, I think you are understanding the line before the word and. The line is, without this blanket of protection, we would be baked alive from the heat of sun during day. It means there are, we have already discussed that there are some layers in the atmosphere which protect us from the directly harmful effect of the sun rays. If sun rays will directly come on earth, it will harm human beings as well as animals also, as well as our earth also. Okay, so without this, if there is no blanket of air, blanket of protection, we would be baked alive. Baked means bhun jana. Okay, we will be baked in the rays of sun. Okay, you have understood this thing. But what does mean by get frozen during night? It means there is a ozone layer, or there are some layers in atmosphere which store the ultraviolet rays of the sun, which we need at the time of night. Means in night these layers work and moderate the temperature of earth. If there will be no atmosphere, then these ozone layer will not store the ultraviolet rays of sun, then we will get frozen during the night. Okay, so it helps us to be overcome from this problem. Okay, so these were the advantages of the atmosphere, we can say. So now we can say atmosphere makes the earth livable. Okay, only atmosphere is there, only then we can live, we can survive. Human being as well as animal, as well as our earth is sustained because of the atmosphere. Now we will see the composition of earth. The topic which is given in your book, that is composition of earth. Composition of earth. Okay, we have already discussed that earth is atmosphere is a blanket of air. Okay, now what do we take in? What do we take in? Tell me, what do we take in? We take oxygen. Okay, right? So but in the atmosphere, oxygen is not only gas which we take. There are so many gases also. Now we will study about these gases and their work. Okay, now we will see how many gases are there in atmosphere, how the atmosphere is composite. Okay, so the air, now we can say the air we take in while breathing is actually a mixture of many gases. I am writing here, the air we take in while breathing is actually a mixture of many gases. Okay, oxygen is not only gas in the atmosphere, there are so many gases also, and the air we take in, it is also a mixture of many gases. We can say nitrogen and oxygen are two gases which make up the bulk of the atmosphere. Writing here, nitrogen and oxygen, remember this, okay, are two gases which make up the bulk of the environment or atmosphere. What is mean by this line? It means nitrogen and oxygens are in more quantity, or we can say higher quantity than other gases. What are the other gases? Or we can say, first we will see here, nitrogen. See the diagram here. 78% is nitrogen and 21% is oxygen in our atmosphere. It is in high quantity, we can say. Or we can say, what are the other gases in the atmosphere? Carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon and hydrogen. These are the gases which are in lesser quantity. Now I can write the name of other gases. First is carbon dioxide, helium, hydrogen, argon, ozone are found in lesser quantity. Okay. Now what we are observing? We are observing that in the atmosphere, oxygen is not only gas. There are so many gases. Nitrogen and oxygen are also, which are in higher quantity, and carbon dioxide, helium, hydrogen, argon and ozones are also found in our atmosphere, which are in lesser quantity. So this atmosphere is filled with the mixture of multiple gases, we can see. Okay, and there are something else which are in our atmosphere. Tiny dust particles are also present in the air. We can write here tiny dust particles are also in the air. Sometimes you surely observe that sun rays will come from the door or a window. There are some small particles which you can see from your eyes, but there are so many particles also which we cannot see with our eyes. That is our tiny dust particles which are involved in our atmosphere. So these were the composition of our atmosphere, we can say. Or next we can discuss. Next we can say that plants also need nitrogen. Okay, these were the composition of the earth. About the gases we discussed and about the tiny particles we discussed. Okay, so next we can say plants also need hydrogen for their survival. How? See, plants also need nitrogen for their survival. Okay, plants also need nitrogen. Now you were thinking that plants use carbon dioxide to produce, but here I am writing nitrogen. Yes, plants use carbon dioxide, but carbon dioxide is a main component. It uses nitrogen also. Nitrogen is used, plants uses nitrogen for the process of chlorophyll also. Okay, so plants also use nitrogen as well as carbon dioxide. So we can say they cannot, they means plant cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. Okay, plants use nitrogen for their survival, but they cannot take nitrogen directly from the atmosphere, from the air. Then who help them to take? Bacteria help them. Bacteria which present in the soil and roots of some plants take nitrogen from the air and change its form so that plant can use it. I am writing here who help them. Bacteria. Who help them? Bacteria. Which bacteria? That live in the soil and roots of some plants Okay, where they live? They live in the soil and roots of some plants. Take nitrogen from air. Take nitrogen from air. After taking nitrogen, what they did? They change from the air and change its form so that plant can use it. Okay, and change its form so that plants can use it. Are you getting how plants take nitrogen? Plants need nitrogen, but they cannot take directly from the air. Then who help them? Bacteria help them to take the nitrogen from the air and also change the form, in which will be beneficial for the plants, and they use it. So ultimately plants get nitrogen. Human beings also need nitrogen, but they don't need to depend to another anything else. They can directly take the nitrogen from the atmosphere. Okay, so what are the other important gases in the atmosphere? Okay, now we are going to discuss other important gases. Other important gases. Okay, what are the other important gases? First is oxygen and second is carbon dioxide. First we will discuss about the oxygen. Oxygen is the second most plentiful gas on the earth. We can write here second, it is a second plentiful gas on the most plentiful gas on the earth, we can say, because it is found in excess quantity. Okay, okay, it is found in excess quantity. We have already discussed that we get 21% oxygen. Okay, human and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe. Okay, we can write here human and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe. Okay, when we breathe, we take oxygen from the air. Okay, and we can say green plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis. Okay, you have already discussed about the photosynthesis. Green plants produce oxygen from the photosynthesis. Okay, this was a process. You can see the diagram also. Here you can see human and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe, and there are green plants, trees also. Green plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis. Now we can see the importance of tree here. Okay, importance of tree. So can you observe how important tree is here? Importance of tree. If we will cut the tree, not grow the tree, then there will be less oxygen and the other gases will be increased. And if the other gases will be increased, there will be health problem, there will be another problem created. So I think you should always grow one tree on your birthday also. Okay, so you should grow the trees. This is our important, because trees are very important for our survival. Okay, so next important gas is carbon dioxide. Second is in the carbon dioxide, we can say carbon dioxide is used for making the food of the plants use carbon dioxide to make their food. Okay, I'm writing here, plants use carbon dioxide to make their food ready. Okay, if they will not get carbon dioxide, then it will be very difficult for them making the food. Okay, so we have discussed about the oxygen, we have discussed about the